another one. And on the second piece, I'm going to try to make sort of a dome. And with this piece, I have a lot of these pots thrown on a bat this way, like this. And I have these pins down here. And with some of the pieces that require a lot more care, or me not even touching the surface till it's dry, I just leave them on these bats and I pick them up this way. So what I do is I clean it up and get the clay ready. And I'm always beating on this clay because I like to get the particles of the clay here sort of somewhat aligned. And I'm a pretty firm believer on that. And because the most important part, once again, here is the centering for me. And the rest of it is sort of happens pretty quickly here. So once I get it centered, by centering I mean I have my hand cupped this way, and then the other fingers just right on top here, and then very gently push and squeeze, push and squeeze. I push with my left hand and I press down with my right, just right there. And once it's centered, then I release it really slowly. And just press in there, spread the clay out just a little bit. And then I started closing the clay to bring it to create a nice dome. And sometimes, if I can't get my fingers in there, I would use, I get the help of these little homemade tools that I've just kind of carved out, this little curve out here, to help me push the clay out a little bit since my finger can't get in there. And slowly stretch the clay out, just to thin out the walls. And then just bring the clay back in. And it all depends on my mood at the time, if I want to either have the opening here or seal it. But in this case, this piece looks like it looks pretty nice this way, and I'll leave it the way it is. So a lot of times when I'm working, I don't really I have no real expectations, in a sense that if it looks pretty good right now, I'm going to keep it. So. Clean up some of these tools and then wire it, and then just pick them off the bat this way, and it's ready. And I'll make one more form here, just a sort of a similar shape, but closed in, to explain another process. Okay. This third form that I'm going to try to do is sort of a closed-in dome like that. And once again, I'm taking it with this particular form. I'm going to take advantage of the trapped air that's inside there to reshape this form. And once again, I take a lot more trouble centering this clay than anything else, because that's the part that's done. And once I have it, I start opening the clay up. And then close the baby in. My friends have accused me of actually manhandling these porcelain, because porcelain in itself is a very, very smooth clay, and it has this really, really incredibly gentle quality about the whole thing. It's just real smooth. It's real. It's almost. There's very, very little sand in this particular clay that I'm throwing here. So the clay, it's almost like what people call throwing with cream cheese, and it is really cream. It is that way. You can see how smooth the clay is, and I just close the thing in. Once I have this thing sealed, then I can take advantage of the trapped air that's inside there, and now I can redefine my dome the way I actually like them. And it may come across as me manhandling my clay because I'm working pretty fast, and the idea behind working fast is I want to keep it really fresh. I don't want to play with the just pick. Sometimes if I pick it this thing too many times, then I feel like I've overworked the clay, and that's the whole idea why I throw it pretty fast. And part of my training too is I was trained as a production potter, and so I'm always interested in just making the pot, not to pick at the pot, because there's so many other processes that I am able to pick at the pot. So I want to get this process over with as soon as I can. And once I get it done, then I just have my thing, just slowly pry the bat off so that I don't distort this piece. And it's the way I want it here.